peer pressure as kids. I've gone through it, and if you haven't, that's good. But people want you to do things, they want you to be your friend and everything, but if you just be yourself, you'll make friends eventually. You don't have to go into a gang or do any violent crimes or anything just to be accepted. There's people out there just like you. They'll be your friend.
Today I'm going to talk a little about peer pressure and about character. Negative peer pressure is actually, it's when you're being pressured to do something that you don't want to do. There was this one incident when I was in high school. I went over to my friend's house because she told me to come over. Little did I know, she was having a big party, and there was drinking there. And everyone kept asking me, you know, making fun of me, and I kept saying no, About an hour later, after people getting on to me about it, making fun of me, I gave in. That was my first time to ever drink. I was really ashamed, really embarrassed, because I was determined to, you know, show people that, you know, I wasn't going to give in to what they're doing. I got sick. I threw up. It was the worst night of my life. I had to then go home and tell my parents. Of course, I told my parents the truth. I just was so mad that basically I justified what the people who try to influence negativity on you. The only thing is, you know, I was very fortunate what I did was illegal. It was not right, that I didn't get in trouble. Since then, I don't drink. I stay out of trouble. I realized that to be successful in this world, you have to make good decisions. The thing is that you have to remember about peer pressure is people throughout your entire life are going to try to influence you because they just want to bring you down to their level. They're unhappy with themselves. They're unhappy with the decisions that they've made, and they just want to justify exactly what they've done. I basically want to leave you guys with 4 things that I now live by that not only are going to help you, you know, have good character, you know, let you be a better person, but also help you say no to peer pressure. And those things are, 1, be impeccable to your word. It basically means that you have to stand by what you say. Your word is your bond. What you say and what you do, people, that is how you are remembered. The second one is don't make assumptions, because the second you start assuming, oh, so-and-so said this about so-and-so and so-and-so, and it gets back to you, you're just assuming. You're bringing a lot of negativity into your life, which you don't need. The third thing is a huge one, especially for girls, and it's don't take things personally, because people are always going to talk bad about you. People are always going to try to bring you down, like I said earlier, and if you don't let it affect you, you know, then that's all, you know, as long as you don't let it affect you, you know, you're not going to have that negativity in your life, and you're going to, you know, be positive all the time. And the last one is always do your best, because if you're always doing your best, then, you know, you tried. You can't say you quit, you gave it your all, and you have nothing to feel sorry about, and that's just going to make you a better person. So.
And in my life, you know, in high school, you know, I had a lot of friends that, you know, kind of wanted to do a lot of different things. They made some decisions that, you know, have affected them long term, and it's kind of sad to see, because a lot of people have a lot of good things going for you, just like y'all. You know, y'all are young, and there's so much ahead of y'all, and it's about, you know, some of the things that you might make decisions with. It's whether, you know, you decide to go to class someday, or you know, going out with some friends, you know, when you get older, and making some bad decisions. In my experiences in life, you know, I've had a lot of, you know, different friends going through high school and junior high, and one thing I had to really look at is whether I wanted these people in my lives to be, you know, friends that I associated myself with, or just acquaintances. So I think, you know, with a lot of these guys, everyone that you see here today, whether they're athletes or they're here just as good role models because of what they've done in their schoolwork, you know, they've made some decisions in their lives that have made them, allowed them to get here. And there's also been some people here that have made decisions that, you know, made them take a step back and rethink what they're doing in their lives. So, you know, when you're hanging out with your friends and you know, they want to go do something that you're kind of a little iffy about, you should really think about, how is this going to affect me in the long run? You know, I know everyone in here has some kind of dream of what they want to do. I mean, whether it's, you know, some might want to be doctors, or, you know, go play, you know, ball at a college. You know, you'd be surprised what you do as you're younger, and the decisions you make, what happens in the long run.
Today I wanted to talk about something a little different. Next week it's going to be 6 years since my younger sister Melissa died. I was really close to my sister, and when she died, I kind of quit living myself. I had plans on going back to school before she had died, but afterwards I didn't see how that was going to be possible at all. I was just too depressed, too angry at the world to even think about school. The thought of homework and readings and things like that, it was just overwhelming to me. And I didn't think it was possible. I was sad, and I was angry at the world for not being. I was mad because everybody else wasn't sad that my sister was gone all of a sudden, and I just had so much anger and sadness inside of me that it seemed like all my plans for the future were just obliterated all of a sudden. In time, I finally figured out that I needed to do something to make meaning out of what had happened to me and my family. And I decided that I wanted to go back to school, and I wanted to study social work. That way I could make a difference in people's lives. I suggest that when you are faced with a big adversity in your life, you try to make some meaning out of it. You try to figure out what you can learn from this thing that's happening to you, and learn how you can make a difference with everything that you went through. We all encounter different obstacles in our lives. Not everybody is going to lose somebody. Maybe some people have parents who are going to get divorced. Maybe some of us just don't have parents at home. Maybe some students will be gay or lesbian, and you're worried about what your peers or your parents are going to think about you. Maybe there's gangs in your community or your schools. Maybe people will pressure you into drugs, pressure you or force you into sex. There's all different kinds of obstacles you're going to get faced with almost on a daily basis. Some are going to be little things, some are going to be big. But I want you to take those big obstacles and don't let them stop you. Figure out how you can get past them. Use all the resources that you have. You know, I look out at you guys, and I know that each of you has inherent strengths within you that you can pull upon to get you through hard times. You know, use those people as resources for support. You know, use teachers, counselors, maybe somebody in your family or somebody, any one of, you know, the Longhorn leaders here. We're here to listen to you and help you get through difficult stuff, because I know it can be hard, but don't let it stop you from reaching your dreams. All of you have so much promise.